Okay. Hi, you guys. My hair's still crazy because of the spill work. My hair is just really staticky. It's crazy, but it does this sometimes when I do spell work. It just, that energy, that static electricity, it gets me. Okay. So, today we are talking about lesson 2. Hey, Emma. And I have got most all of lesson 2 together, but I was sick for a week. So I don't have it perfect. I may skip around some, but I'm going to try to stay focused on certain things, okay? So, the actual spell is an 8-day spell. But there are steps to the spell, okay? You need, before you start the spell, before you start, you need to work on what the servitor's intent and goal is going to be. What is his job? Why are you creating him? You need to know this. And you need to know it after you create the puppet, but before you start spell work. So you're going to write all of this down in a compact. You're going to tell him what the intent and goal of his life is with you. You need to know his appearance. Now, my servitor's appearance came to me in a meditation. And it is, I don't even know if I want to go into it. It came to me in a meditation of what his appearance was going to be when he appears to me on the altar realm, or what do they call it? The altar plane, altar realm. Anyway, it's. Hey, Johnny, welcome, honey. Astral plane. It is his appearance when he comes to me in my dreams, meditation, astral plane. Yes, thank you, Emma. So you need to put this in the compact also, his appearance. So you need to be thinking about this. You need to think about his name and the command that only you will know. Do not ever tell anyone what his command word is. But when you have a command for him, you will say his name 3 times and then the command word. And never ever tell anybody what this command word is. So it's something you need to think about. You need to make sure it's a word that you will remember, that only you will know. And if it is, if he comes to you on the astral plane, or she comes to you on the astral plane, when you're meditating, when you're dreaming, it is possible that they will tell you, your higher self, or your guide, or your spirits you work with, your deities you work with, whoever it is you're working with, will tell you the name. But the command word, even on the astral plane, no one needs to know that command word but you. It's something you come up with, and it's something only you would know. So it's something you need to be thinking about and meditating on. I absolutely suggest meditating on this. the name and command word. You need to think about how you're going to recharge and revitalize, continually nourish him. You can make a wine. You can make a certain herb mix, certain stone chips, water. Keep water on his altar. Candle offerings. But make sure whatever you decide to feed him, that you are absolutely able to give him. Do not put anything down in that compact that you're going to feed him if you are not able to continually provide this thing. Okay? If you're not able to continually provide it, do not put it in the compact. And do not promise anything you cannot provide. 5, his residence, where he's going to live. And that would, oh, I'm so glad to see you, Yvette. Hey, honey. So this is where he's going to reside. It will be his home. It will be his home base where he comes back to when he's not performing a task. It will be his beginning and his birth. So you need to know where he's going to reside. And he will need a small altar for himself where you make offerings, where you feed him, charge him, revitalize him. However you're going to do it, whether it's blood, wine, herbs, water, candles, he needs his own space. Or he or she needs his own space. You need to think about the dissipation switch, okay? What is the command word to dissipate this entity that you're creating, okay? If you're creating him to do a certain job and he finishes that job, then you would want to dissipate him. You can absorb the energy back into yourself. You can burn and release the contract with the dissipation word, and burn and release and absorb that energy back into you. Oh, honey, I understand. Let's see. Again, I'm going to go through this and you'll get tired of hearing it because I'll probably go through it a lot. You must have the energy to build your servitor. Spiritually, emotionally, physically. You want to clean and clear energy daily. Take time to connect, build a relationship with it as it grows daily. Every day you want to read the compact to him. So once you have the compact, and everything I told you needs to go in the compact. Once you have the compact figured out, every day you will read that compact to him. Every day you will touch him. You will pour your energy into him. Every day you're pouring your intent into him. Make sure that if you have been doing any healing work, any connection work with anyone else, because when we send healing energy, we connect to that person down the line. There is a long tunnel, or I don't know how to describe it, how I see it, but there is a cord connecting us from one side to the other. When you start this, I want you to cut all of those ties, or as Jen said, unplug, because you are going to need your own energy to do this. You don't want to be connected to anyone else. You don't want to accidentally be draining energy to someone else. You need to cut and disconnect any ties you have to anyone else. So if you've been doing long distance healing work, long distance love work, long distance hex work, whatever it is you are doing, you need to cut those ties before you start this. Okay. So you've got your intent and goals. You give him instruction. I'm sorry. So you make a list in detail in the contract of what it is to do. You give him the power to do, or her the power to do. Appearance. The look should reflect the goal and intent. For instance, if this is going to be a protector, maybe you want the look of a warrior. If it's going to be a companion, maybe you want the look of someone friendly and outgoing. But it's all going to depend on you. Me, I meditated about it, and the energy kind of stepped out and showed me. Yes, absolutely. That is awesome, Yvette. You want to, like I said, name and command, and have a command word. You want to entwine that intent and goal and appearance. Give him a unique name, or her a unique name, and you want to keep that name private. Keep it to yourself. When you're ready to command him, and put this in your compact, however many times you want to say his name, I did it three times, and then the command word. And put in the contract that he can only be commanded by you, by your voice. Some ideas to feed it, okay? Sunlight, moonlight. You can charge it under the full moon. You could charge it in the sun. When it completes a task, maybe give it wine, blood. When he protects you, or he does something right, especially if he has protected you from someone, you can give him permission to feed there. It's a little bit dark, I have to admit, but choose an object for it to live in, like, we're creating the poppet, so that's where he would live. Do not ever give it permission to reside in your body. Ever. You want to meditate on it, think on it. Yes, mine's for protection also. And create a sigil that no one else sees. A sigil for him. And you want to place the sigil on him where no one can see it. You do not want to tell anyone what the sigil is. Okay? All of these things you need to think about before you start making him can it what? I don't understand. Can it do wrong? Any thought form, in my opinion, can gain consciousness, because I feel, to me, I feel to me that deities are thought forms. They have been created by us. It's our energy that has created them. I don't know if it can go wrong, Emma. I suggest doing everything in a formal circle with salt or black salt. Just in case, to keep anything else from entering the object that you have chosen. Yes, you have to give it boundaries, absolutely. Read it, its intents and goals and boundaries every day, absolutely. All right, here was my list before I actually started, so I am going to share this with you. Okay, go ahead and make whatever his food is going to be, his wine, his herbs. If you're going to add blood to the wine, go ahead and do this before. Oh yeah, autocorrect's a pain in the booty. Yes, very clear. Yes. I have a protection symbol on his altar underneath him. And I did that protection symbol in blood, and it was a pinnacle. You do not have to do that. That is something I felt led to do, and I did it. I drew his sigil on the doll and activated it with blood. You can activate it with anything. I happen to do blood. I activated the herbs, activated the wine, activated the stones I gave him. I wrote the contract. And the contract... Thank you, baby. The contract... Sorry, guys. The contract is sealed in my blood. My contract was sealed in my blood, okay? But for 8 days, every day, you are going to read him that contract. Every day, you're going to add intent and energy and connect with this energy you're pouring into your doll. Yes, and always do it in sacred space, okay? This is my contract, okay? It is, my blood is in this wax, and it was sealed with it, okay? It's sealed, it's on him, physically, and of course his sigil is on him as well under that. I'm so sorry about the dogs, you guys. I'm sorry. My dogs lost their stuff. The wind blows wrong and they bark. As you can see right now, I have his own set of herbs in here. They're all protective herbs because he is a protector for me. Well, they calm down, so it's okay. You give him an end date, okay? Every servitor has an end date. Most people have them perform, I take that back because I don't know what most people do. That would be a lie. I have heard that people create a servitor for a small amount of time and then dissolve it. I did not make my servitor where he would dissolve. I made my servitor where, as if I could pass him down and he could be passed down generation to generation to generation as a protector. But you always give them an end date. My end date was when the last of my descendants die. That is the end date for my servitor. But you can have them live a week, you can have them live 2 weeks, you can have them live a month or a year, but his task is constant. Also, you constantly give it praise. And he protects me, he protects my husband when he's on the road, he protects my children, he protects my son at college. Yes, Kelsey?
Just a question I'm sure your viewers might want to be asking as well is if the servitor could also be passed down to adopted children.
No. Not the way it's written, no.
Figured they might have that question too, but I wanted to know personally. Sorry.
I know, right? I don't know if anyone else has done that, Emma. Honestly, I don't know. Yvette, how did you do yours? I mean, do you have it where it has an end date? I mean, you have to put an end date, but what is your end date? I'm curious. They really are, Johnny. They're cute. I did not want to create something and kill it because it has its own energy and it has its own feel, and it becomes, when you start feeding energy into it, it becomes more than what you have fed into it. It becomes kind of sentient. He visits me in my dreams. I talk to him with, that's another thing. He has his own pendulum. This is his pendulum. And this is what I talk to him with. When I'm awake, of course. If I have not talked to him in meditation or dreams and I'm just wondering what's going on, I use my pendulum. But this pendulum has been blessed and fed and has stayed with him, and it's become a part of our regular communication. So I do talk to him with my pendulum. But you want to go ahead and get things ready. Now I'm going to talk about the circle, okay? The circle that you're going to make needs to be a formal circle. And you make this circle every time you're giving him energy, you're giving him breath, you are making him live, okay? You don't want any other spirit hopping into this item, okay? Because you're giving permission for something to dwell there. You need to make sure you're in a formal circle. So what you're going to need in your circle, you're going to need a protection candle for you. You're going to need an energy candle for your servitor. You're going to need your poppet. Incense are optional. Also, this is what really helped me connect with my servitor. This is his bag, okay? Every day, and it has his sigil on it, okay? Every day, I would add something to this bag, okay? Every day, I would add something to this bag that I had personally charged with my energy for protection, okay? So, of the 8 days, every day I added something to his bag. Okay? Sorry. Okay. So you want to be in your circle. You will need a lot of ingredients. It depends on what you want to feed him, what properties you want to give him, and that's why I use the bag for the to represent the properties I wanted him to have, the personality I wanted him to have. Now, your circle, you can use brick dust, salt, eggshells, seashells. You can use any of those things to make your circle, or a combination of those things to make your circle. Some of the protection. Hey Trish, I love you, hon. It's good to see you. As far as things that you can put in his bag, these are just ideas. Things that are protective. Also things you make your circle out of. You can put brick dust, white or black salt, eggshells, powdered eggshells, seashells, crushed seashells, witch's burrs, clear quartz, smoky quartz, selenite, obsidian, onyx, sardonyx for communication, lapis for communication, mint, fluorite for communication, roses or lavender for love, rose quartz, passion flower for love, because that is important that he loves the people that he's with and that we love him. Bay leaf. Bay leaf is for healing, protection, psychic powers, repels negative energy, and that's why I use bay leaf. Cedar, sage, and cinnamon. Now, you can use any of those things. You can use none of those things, depending on how you do it. He also has his own oil. You'll need sealing wax for the contract. Or wax from his candle that you burn for him. Okay. And I think that is all for lesson 2, but it is a lot of information. So if anybody wants to do this, I would suggest going back and watching the video and taking notes, because I know sometimes I talk really fast. So really what you're doing now is making the list of what you need. Before you write the contract, make like a rough draft of what you want him to be, his personality to be, what herbs you might want to use, and you need those herbs in your circle. It is a lot. I probably should have broke that into 2 lessons. But next we will be getting into actually doing it, and that will be a lesson a day. So it'll be 8 more days, just a lesson of what I did or what you can do each day to create your servitor. Oh, you're very welcome. And I tell you, there's not much information out there because I looked. And there was a lot of, I don't know, talk that really didn't mean anything, and I wanted everyone to know, I wanted them to be careful, and I wanted them to know what I did because it worked for me. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you. I mean, you will have your servitor for whatever reason, but this process that I did worked for me. I know other people have other processes that has worked for them. Trish, how's your grandson, huh? How's he doing? Oh, thank you, Emma.
Get out of my seat. She's in my seat. I don't want to move her. She's so cute. Come here, baby. Good girl.
I'm so sorry, Trish. I've been keeping a candle going for him. I have shungite over there, but I may need to change the stone. Trish, I'm sorry. He is in my thoughts and my prayers. I don't even know how else to say it, but he has been in my thoughts. I am so sorry if I'm buffering. My daughter has her laptop right here beside me, and that may have something to do with it. Oh, good. I'm glad, Emma. You're welcome, Trish. I'm going to do some meditation, visualization, and take some time and really send as much energy as I can. Oh, yeah, I need to do that too. I haven't done it yet. So I guess I will wrap this up. Are there any questions, you guys, about the information I gave you today? I'm so sorry. Please excuse me. Awesome. So that is lesson 2, and I think I'm going to get off here so I can get the next video done that I have to get done, and obviously I need to take something for my cough. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video.